Hello. So I'm gonna talk about this Riven. I'm sure if you guys roll Rivens, you've seen something like this before. You may have not kept it. You may have rolled it or whatever. Negative damage mods. So this mod has plus 170% 0.8 impact, negative 120.7 weapon recoil, so it basically has no recoil, and negative 133.3% damage. And as you can see here, there is no damage. So I'm gonna explain why it's like this now. There's no damage on the left, as you can see here. It's blank. It has all these damage mods, and I'm gonna explain why it's like this right now. So I thought I'd talk about this interesting subject of how weapon mods, some damage mods work. So when you have a plus damage mod, just flat damage, not like plus electricity or any of that stuff. Because as you can see, despite the fact I have 170.8 increase in impact, I still have nothing on the left. So how damage works is that damage mods in general work is that it takes the base, so you have 100 damage and you multiply it by 100% increase in damage. It will take that 100 and it will multiply that, so you have 100 base, it takes 100% of the damage, and then it adds it. It doesn't multiply, it just adds it. So 100 damage, 100% increase the damage, it takes 100%, so 100 stats, so 100 damage, then adds it, so you have 200 damage now. It was 200 base damage, and you do 100% damage increase again. It would take that, so 200% of your stats is 200, so 200 plus 200, 400. And obviously that's how it works. Now, you may be wondering, why is the impact jolt and all these other mods not working, or the barrel diffusion leaf type? Obviously barrel diffusion only increases the bullet count, and if your bullets do no damage in the first place, you do no damage. Your bullets still do no damage. You can shoot as many bullets at once. You can shoot pea shooters at a tank, probably won't do anything. Now, but you may be wondering about these status mods and just the impact, because the impact so much. Because the negative damage is in effect, so these impact mods and elemental mods take the base, the stats over here, and they multiply off that. So if you have no base damage, you don't do any damage. And that elemental mods, I believe, take 60% of your stats over here, of your damage stats over here. But the thing about impact and slash and puncture is that it only increases and adds from that one stat. So if you have like 10 impact, but like 100 slash, and you put like a jolt on there, it would add like 65 or something, 61 electricity in total. But if you use like an impact mod, 100% impact mod, it only increases and multiplies off the impacts. That's an interesting topic I want to discuss. So the only way to offset this is to put on Hornet Strike. So yeah, or just a damage increasing mod in general. So you need, just the only way to neutralize it is put on more damage, raw damage. But I want to test some stuff out. I want to show you guys some interesting stuff. So these guys are level 1. Despite the fact it does no damage, you can still proc status effects, which is kind of interesting. And another interesting thing is that slash will actually do damage still. It seems that slash, no matter what, it has to do 1 damage. So as you can see here, the slash is doing damage still. Actually, I wonder if Toxin is the same way. We'll test that later. But as you can see, when slash procs, it does 1 damage. And as you can see, we are killing these 2 crewmen because I set one up earlier, and I seem to have forgot, and I set up another one. But yeah, as you can see, it does 1 damage. So you can't technically kill people with a 0 damage weapon, though it would take insanely forever on realistic levels. So So let me test this toxin proc real quick. We'll test this toxin proc and see if toxin actually does anything. Also, we don't have 100% status anymore, but it's fine. Oh, I saw 2 damage. It's hard to tell, but I think it is doing... Toxin may be doing some actual damage. Let's see. Yeah, Toxin does damage still. It does 2 damage, or 1 damage, depending. So Toxin slash do damage. I think they have to do damage. It's just in their coding. So that's interesting. I figured that out. Well, the slash anyway. I didn't know about the Toxin.